please? No? Anybody?
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I'm available by
Appreciate
phone
it.
anytime, so yes, thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
very much. All right, so we filled that. Okay, at this point, we're going to, I have two add-on items before we go through the meeting. Let's get it in order here. Bear with me, I got a little. Okay, before we go to number one, we're going to, over budget time, we've been talking about doing a few different things, looking at ways to save money going forward. And today we're going to make a decision. We're going to take a vote here tonight to abolish the position of the town engineer in the town of Stony Point. It's something we've talked about for quite some time, simply for the reason that it's a cost-effective savings for us, we believe, to go out and bring in a firm on a part-time, as needed basis, where it would save the taxpayers money. So at that being said, this resolution is to abolish the position of the town engineer in the town of Stony Point.
I'll make the resolution.
Make that form of motion.
Motion. Second.
And there's a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Does the public have to say anything?
And the second add-on that I have tonight is to the resolution authorizing the supervisor to enter into an agreement for an engineering services with outside. I'll just read the one. Whereas the town of Stony Point is considering, among other things, financial impacts, quantity of engineering services provided by the private engineering firm, volume of engineering work in the town, and for reasons of economy, the town board has determined that it would be beneficial for the town to utilize a private professional engineering firm in place of the position of town engineer, which we just abolished. So I'll make it in the form of a motion to hire the firm of Langton Tully for the outside engineering services. We have all the rates in front of us as well.
Second. I'll make the motion.
No, I mean,
You make the motion.
there's a motion in the second and discussion.
Well, one discussion is to point out that you did review firms.
Oh, yes, we
This
have,
is
yes.
not a,
Yes, this is, there was a number of firms interviewed, and we made a decision on after all the interviews. Any more questions? Discussion? Motion and second by Councilman Stewart. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And again, this is not an easy decision. We're put up here to make tough decisions. It's never easy for anyone to, to make changes when it affects people, but unfortunately, it's our job to make tough decisions, and it's not an easy one. I can assure you that. It's something that's been thought about, and certainly something that wasn't an easy decision for any of us. So we'll move on. Okay, number one on the agenda is the correction of purchase order number 2609. There was an additional error, an addition error in here. We have it in here. I believe the difference was on one of the purchase orders, so that's fine. The difference was a total of $300. So I'll make a form of motion to repair it back to what it should be.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number two is to set the 2015 golf season fees. I know Mr. Fusco and the golf committee have been meeting to go over this as they do every year. And there's been, we have it in front of us. I see there's no increase for the Stony Point ID, which is, for Stony Point residents will remain at $50 for a Saturday, Sunday, and a holiday, and for the weekdays, $45. You cannot, if you're a Stony Point resident, golf anywhere in this county for that price. So I know there was something talked about earlier today that were very, very expensive. We have to be one of the cheaper golf courses for our local residents, if not the cheapest. Am I correct in saying that, Mr. Fusco?
I think we're
Right up there.
We're listed as 3. We're actually in the middle, but I think for the quality of the facility we have,
Exactly.
that's
And we have retained in here the waiving of the card fee for our volunteer emergency services. Right.
right. Okay.
Yeah, well, there's no, it's a discount. It's really not a card fee because we don't charge for the card.
No, the card.
Oh, card. card, I'm sorry. I thought you said card. I'm sorry, Tom.
That's okay.
Okay, so, Dave, do you have anything to add, or?
There is a rate, you see it in red where the ID is, and that's basically for juniors. You know, it's unfortunate that the juniors, what they do pay after 4 o'clock, so I was approached by a few people to have their kids go out with them. It's very expensive. They're paying for 3 children, or 2 children and their parent, and it's $90. So I we came up with a fee of $15 after 5 o'clock for anyone under 17. You have to know the game from the bottom, but that's one way to do it.
That's excellent.
It's excellent. It's great to see young kids out there actually playing golf. I know I used to do it. God rest his soul, Mr. Kilduff, my neighbor, used to take me with my all the way out to Rockland Lake Park 3 course. So it's nice to see them on a real nice, big professional course like that.
You know, the biggest, Dave, you want to just comment on, you know, generally the biggest change that is effective here is the membership of, like, an overall package membership.
Seasonal.
The seasonal membership here, which is something that Dave introduced a couple of years ago, very successful, but allows these individuals to play certain times during the season, certain times of the day, and he's continued to up that, and it's almost like joining a private course for them, but it's still at a reasonable price than joining a private country club.
We are upping that fee this year, and we saw that quite a bit.
That's the most substantial increase.
And
which is
the reason being is that the model is based on approximately about 50 rounds. People who purchased it are playing in excess of 70. So what's happening is they're getting a better value, and it's actually kind of hurting us a little bit, but we're raising the price up to offset that.
Now, this is $1,000
Yeah,
increase.
it seems big, but we're still actually on the low end of competitive. Just to give you an example, Tom, there were 2 seasonal members that between them played 299 times.
It's a lot
So
of
it's a lot of golf. Never in my dream could I imagine they could play that much golf. But obviously, these are people who were somewhat retired but have access to a lot of time. So the business model, so to be more profitable to us, to be in line, we have to raise it that much.
But we have, I mean, we're sure that, you know, what goes in Clarkstown and in Orangetown is different than what goes up here. So, I mean, the market up here, you're saying
Absolutely.
can bear $1,000 increase?
I'll be honest with you, if they don't join, it's fine. It's not gonna hurt us, because we're gonna sell it at a higher rate than they were paying. So they either pay it and we do okay, or they don't play and we'll fill the bill.
Or would we lose them to, do we risk losing them to Rotella?
No, they're not, these people are not gonna, most of these people are gonna parent who do this. And they're
out of town?
And they're gonna play places that are much higher end in terms of fee structure. They're not gonna go to a hotel. They don't offer that seasonal membership.
But you know, the other point you have to realize, Tom, is that this is money up front. It does depend on the weather. You know, at this point now, if it's rained all month of April, nobody's gonna play. These people.
I'm just trying to make sure the market can
Oh,
bear.
Oh, it can vary. It's, I did it, Tom, just, I did a breakdown of the other, I don't know if I have it here, but of the other clubs and the facilities like ours that offer that. And it is, we are still, here, we are still on the bottom end of that. Okay, we're not in the top, we're not in the very bottom, but I'd say maybe bottom middle. So we're still valued at raising it $1,000.
Okay, but I just want to make sure that we're clear on that,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
somebody's going to write that and talk about that we're upping this fee, but people need to understand where we are in relation to the other courses that are in the area. Okay.
Okay, anybody else? Make a motion to accept the new pricing for the Patriot Hills Golf Course.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 3 is a surplus of plunger pump. Met with our sewer department head, and there's a pump that's been down there for an old centrifuge. It's a newer pump, but apparently once we got this new centrifuge, we won't need it, so we're looking to surplus it and get rid of it. So there's a motion and a second to surplus the pump, and it will be out on auction. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 4 is a High Tour Animal Care Center Agreement. This is the money that we give every year. It's the same exact as last year. and the town shall pay High Tour the sum of $1,837.50 per quarter for the services of the shelter and care of all animals delivered by the town's animal control officer, police department, or other duly authorized peace officers to High Tour. Make that a form of motion as to grant the.
Second.
Thank you. You know what it is. There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. And that will certainly help High Tour as well. We know that they're hurting right now with some money, so every bit can help. We'd love to give more, but we figured that we'll just keep it at what it was. Number 5 is to discuss the procurement policy. We've been working with our Finance Director Karen and Special Counsel Nugent on this for a few weeks now. What happens is we have a $1,000 to $4,999. We needed 2 verbal quotes if we were going to go out for something. This is something that's been around for quite some time in our procurement policy. We felt it was necessary to raise it from $250 to the $4,999. Simply for the reason that to go out and get these quotes, it's very, for $200-something, you know, that was a lot of money 20 years ago. It's not going to go very far today, let's face it.
So the floor on that is now 1,000?
Is 1,000, yes. So and we are changing that from verbal quotes to written quotes. This is what the auditors want from us. This is, it's a great way to do business. And we've been doing this for quite some time, but once in a while it slips through the gates. But we want to raise that just to make it a little easier for department heads. You know, if they're going to buy something that's $300, they don't have to get out and get all these quotes. And the main reason is we have to make sure that we're not giving friends business and stuff like that. Okay, so that was the only change, I believe, correct?
Yeah, on both places, yes.
We did discuss possibly raising the other ones, but those are state, we can't change it because they're state, they're state maximums, whatever. So I'll make it, if you're going to make a motion, Carl, Councilman Javits, I would ask you to take 1,000 for the first, which is the purchase contract, and then underneath we have Public Works, which will change from the 250 to the 1,000 as well.
Second.
Correct?
Yes, and then just the people were added on for the names of
I
individuals.
yes. On this policy as well, we noticed that there was 3 of our department heads missing. We added the 3, I believe it was 3, correct? So now we have a total of 14 people that were on, that are the names of the individuals responsible for purchasing. So we added that there's a total of 14 right now.
And just above that line, Dave, we had to change the other services where it said 250 up to 1,000 to be consistent.
Right, it would be all consistent with $1,000. Okay, so the motion will be $1,000 on the purchase, $1,000 on the work, the Public Works, and the 3 added names. Okay. So that's in the form of a motion?
It's his question.
Of course. I'll second it, then we'll go to discussion. Okay, second for discussion. Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just actually made it more restrictive, although you raised the dollar limit, you went from verbal to written.
To written.
So is there any reason why you did that?
It's just a request from the auditors, they'd rather have it in written, right? And actually, when we do get a verbal quote, we have the right price and where it's from anyway, so it's just easier. It's better for bookkeeping.
Oh, it is, it's just says.
And it is a bit frustrating, but again, it's what they're asking us to do, so we can do the order. Okay, so there's been a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, we already carried. Number 7 is the Rockland Business Alliance dues that are due. There's a total of $550 due. However, we did speak to Mr. Samuels, I believe we did, Mr. Samuels from the RBA, and he has agreed to, if we paid by December 31st, there would be a discount of $27, so he has agreed to do that as well. We didn't have a second meeting. So we're even trying to save $27 here, and we got it out. So I'll make it a form of a motion to pay the dues, $523 to the Rockland Business Association.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 8 is a license agreement between the town of Ramapo, with the town of Ramapo Police Firing Range. This is at no cost to taxpayers at Stony Point. This is an open range, which we had the license agreement for the use of the town of Ramapo Police Firing Range. No cost, correct, sir? Chief?
Correct.
Yes.
So moved.
So there's been a motion.
Second.
And a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 9 and 10 we did. And number 11 is carpeting for the senior room. As you,
Do you want to do the other one first?
what did I get?
The grant? Just move it ahead. Accept this for grant.
Yes. I have to, you'll see one. Number 12, we have to skip to number 12. This is it's just backwards. It's grants from the New York State Office of Aging. This is 2 grants that came to the seniors. I talked with both presidents of the senior groups, 1 and 2, and they have agreed to take the $1,000 grant that they received and give it towards carpeting. So we're having our restrooms done. We're hoping to have them done hopefully within the next couple of weeks, but I'm going to say a month to be safe. And as we do that, if you go down there, this carpet's in great shape compared to that. It's actually taped together in the room. We thought it would be a great idea while the seniors are using the other room, that as soon as we finish these restrooms, that we recarpet the room. As I said, the presidents have taken a vote in their groups, and they have allowed us to use that $2,000. We went out for quotes, and the total cost came in at $4,688.66. So I'm asking the town board to, on top of the $2,000 grant, well, I'm jumping on it, I'll go back to that one. We just have to accept these $2,000 grants.
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Motion and a second to accept the $1,000 grants for senior 1 and $1,000 for senior 2 group in the form of motion. Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Now, this is why I'm confused. Now we have to go out for the bid for the carpet. Not to go out to bid, we got it. $2,000 is coming in from the grants that we just passed. Now we need another $2,688.66 to complete the senior room with the nice carpet that they want. So I am making a motion to give it's Sam's floor covering of Mayapack, who happens to be a Stony Point resident, came in at the lowest bid, and went out to at least 6 or 7 of them, for a total of $4,688.66.
Second.
You're looking at me like, you all
You
right?
said opposed, you did not mean that you were opposed, you meant disabled.
Who said opposed? Did I say opposed?
Oh, I think you should close just like you always do. All those.
That's what you meant?
Oh, no, I didn't mean I was opposed. I was asking if anyone was. Okay, so I'll make that form of motion.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second for Sam's floor cover and Mayapack for $4,688.66. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? That's fun. It must be what I said, right? All right, we did that. Number 13, authorized legal services, Article 78. This is authorizing legal services by special town council in an Article 78 proceeding against the town of Stony Point. This is an article that, Article 78 came in. It's really more against the Solid Waste Authority. We have, as a member of the Solid Waste Authority, probably a month, 2 months ago, we gave Capasso and Sons, I don't know if it's Capasso and Sons, Capasso, the recycling pickup. We changed this in our budget. We passed it over to the county's doing it, so when we did that, they had to go out for RFPs to put someone to collect our recyclables. We voted to retain the same guy that the town had, which is Capasso, and one of the other companies is disagreeing with it, so they're filing Article 78 against the Solid Waste Authority. However, we're named in it, so we have to have special counsel as well. So I'll make a motion that we authorize legal services by our special town council in this proceeding against the town.
I'll second the motion.
And like I said, most of this money will be, correct me if I'm wrong, special counsel, but most of this will be taken care of by the Solid Waste Authority. We're just named in it, so we have to be protected.
We recover, we can recover.
Well, we're not going to recover it, no, but I think, well, tell them that.
Can we send a letter to them and ask them for reimbursement?
The county.
Yeah.
That's an issue that we're looking at, because the contractor.
Solid waste,
Okay,
they have
okay.
money.
But we do have to have representation, just to play it safe. We may not need it, but, they may set us somewhere or get through this
We
themselves.
have to appear.
We have to have it.
But I think we should look for reimbursement.
Should we get an agreement on reimbursement before we go ahead and?
But we have to have it now.
We have to
Because now-
defend ourselves anyway, but I think it should be.
Well, we need the authorization to appear since the town is named, and then we can discuss, with the county, how it's going to go, and I'll report back to you next week.
Okay. I'll make that form of motion.
Second.
Motion is second, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. Number 14, purchased parks trucks. These are the, no, we'll do them
We
separately.
did that already.
No, we didn't. We took them out. Which one's the parks? I guess it was a matter of identical trucks. We went out, we got, this is actually, well, they're identical trucks, one is different color, I'm sorry. They're the same price, same stuff. Okay, Number 14, we'll do the parks first. It is to purchase a 2015 Ford F-350 4x4 truck with a dump body and 9-foot western plow, and that is the color green. I'm assuming that's the parks on that. Okay, that's a total of $49,511. This is lower than state bid. State bid was actually higher than this, so we're excited that we're going local and keeping it below state bid. This is at Schultz Ford. So I'll make a motion that we award Schultz Ford the 2015 Ford F-350 4x4 for a total of $49,511.
Second.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? This is a budgeted item
Budget.
that is in that band that we were talking about. That was a discussion, yes.
Right.
Okay, there's been a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Number 14 is the identical, 15 is the identical truck, same exact issue, beat state bid. So I'll make a motion to award Schultz Ford 2015 Ford F-350, 4x4 SD regular cab for $49,511.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Who's got the purchase orders? Okay, so it's going to be after that. Well, it's actually not, no, it's not. I'm sorry. Right. Because we're just finding it, not paying for it yet. That'll come through again. We'll discuss it. All right. I just don't want to add more headaches to you. Number 15, I'm sorry, number 16 is the Point School Crossing Guard. Chief Moore, I know we've been waiting for someone to come forward for this position, and it's the Farley School. Farley Elementary School on 210. I know the police have been sitting here every day. I see them next to the deli, and it's nice to hear that we will be hiring,
Sure.
she here?
She's not.
Elizabeth Zachman.
That's correct.
She's from Cedar Falls.
Yes.
The hourly rate for a crossing guard down Stony Point is $10.78.
So moved.
Okay. Second. Motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
When does that take effect?
That takes effect.
Tomorrow morning, I hope. I gotta call her first, I guess she missed the morning. We'll start it to effective immediately, if that's okay with
Yeah.
the supervisor, and I'll see
Yeah.
what her start date is.
Yeah.
We'll speak with her.
Okay. I think we made it. Okay. Make a motion to go into executive session for personnel matters.
Second.
And litigation. And I'm sorry, and litigation. And there will be no votes.